Good morning and happy Saturday to all of you, or might be Friday because I do release most of my videos early to those that are channel members. So, you get a few fun things if you're channel members. But for the rest of you, happy Saturday morning. So, we are going to have a little talk because something popped into my mind here that I think is pretty interesting. Now, from the title of the video, you may be scratching your head like, why is Rural talking about aliens and zombies and the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot, right? Maybe Rural went off the deep end, but I was watching Les Stroud as he did one of his Bigfoot videos. Um, amazing guy. Definitely one of the kind of grandfathers of preparedness and things like that. I've learned a lot from watching a lot of his stuff and a lot of his behind the scenes things, but that's here nor there. But one of the things that he touched on in this video was the kind of the ability to try and stay neutral as much as you want to believe. There are people on both sides of the fence. And that really got me thinking. So you have people that prepare and they don't even realize that, right? It's not even called preparing. Yeah, you have some extra batteries and maybe you have a $100 or two, stashed away for, in case of emergency or, different things like that. Then you have the sky is falling doomsday preppers that have a nuclear bunker, stocked full of everything and all this other stuff. And then somewhere in the middle is pretty much the rest of us, right? Well, here's the thing. So there are people out there that believe that Bigfoot's real, that aliens are real, that the Loch Ness monster is real. Um, and to each their own. Okay. I can't prove nor disprove either of those. And so, and I guess until there's smoking gun evidence and irrefutable proof, that it'll just have to be an opinion piece, whether it is going to be of existence or it's not. But here's the thing. There's people out there that don't think that an EMP is possible, that doesn't think that World War III is possible, or any sort of a cyber attack that takes out the power grid or the water or some sort of financial collapse. There's people out there that's absolutely ludicrous. Bigfoot is going to walk down Main Street before any of that other stuff happens. So we look like some of those people to them. We look like the person that's out here going, hey, aliens are real. The little green men, they're absolutely real. They're over there going, uh huh, okay, sure, buddy. We're sitting here because we fully believe it. Hey, an EMP is possible. May not be very likely, may not happen in our lifetime. Uh, but just in case, we want to prepare, just if something like that was to happen, if a financial collapse was to happen, here's the few steps that we've been taking to better protect ourselves. Now you look like that person, that is in some of the Hollywood movies, that has the sign that says the end is near, and everybody just walks by him, doesn't pay him any mind because that's the local crazy person. Well, there are people out there that believe that. They believe that what you're doing is absolutely insane and ludicrous. Why are you spending all this money and time on something like the zombies are going to rise up from the graves and start taking over the world? Okay. It just gives you a different mindset. And I wanted to kind of come on and bring this to you and give you kind of that different look because it's very easy to latch on. Okay, you find some sort of picture or video and it inspires you, and you dig a little deeper and you start finding like-minded individuals, and you guys start talking and doing different things, and maybe going out and trying to find evidence, and just different things like that. It's very easy to get consumed. And so It's no different for us as people that's in the prepping sphere of things, that we're doing the same thing. Okay, now I'm not trashing prepping, right? I'm a prepping channel. I prepare myself, so I'm not doing anything to downplay it. What I'm simply saying is that from the outside looking in, we might be the one that they're calling nuts. We might be the local crazy person. And I get it. There's memes out there. It's all fun and games until the zombie apocalypse happens, and then your local redneck becomes the hero, right? I get it. Okay. I know somebody's going to make some comment or something, and that's completely fine. But it's not a bad thing. Okay. uh, but it gives you a retrospect. It gives you that take a step back and look. Should you be consumed by preparedness? No, I do not think you should. You should not be spending every waking hour going over news and different events. You should not be sacrificing precious time with kids and grandkids, your significant other, friends, family, loved ones, neighbors. um, you know, is there a time that you need to prepare? Yes, there absolutely is. But it's a balance, right? Everybody talks about work life balance. You need to have a prep work life balance. And you need to have it to where you wake up in the morning, you get ready, you go to work. You come home, you need to do your home stuff. You need to cook, clean, do some laundry, things like that. You need to spend time with whoever's in your household. Reach out and talk to people that are not. Say hello to the neighbors. Check in with some people and make sure that you know, or that they know that you're thinking about them. And then you need to budget in time for preparedness. Now, I get it. Some weeks are busier than others, and you're going to have to figure out what your priorities are. But you should treat it as such. And the same thing when it comes to finances. Should you be maxing out your credit cards? Absolutely not. You should never, never do that. Now, I'm not a financial expert, but I want to say that that's common sense. Do not max out your credit cards to do things on preparedness. And I get that question all the time. Well, yesterday was Black Friday, and this solar generator is marked down half price. Should I put it on the credit card? I mean, if you can, that's fine. You know, I get it. It's a really good deal. That's one of the things maybe credit cards are, for, other than an emergency or something like that. Hey, this is a once in a lifetime deal. I'm gonna throw it on credit and make a couple of payments, and everything will be great. I wouldn't swipe the credit card if it's going to put me in a world of hurt for the next 18 months. But that's just me and my humble opinion. But when it comes down to everything, let's wrap this up and put a pretty little bow on it. We need to make sure that we are not consumed. When it comes to most people in preparedness, which I think most of you do a fantastic job, is we need to have it to where we blend in, right? We talk about gray man and preparing all the time. And that goes right now when nothing's going on. Nobody should even second guess. Okay, you should just be like any other person. Somebody should be able to drive by your house and not question it. Come into your house, not question it. Talk to you, look at you, all that. You should just appear like every average Joe out there. Um, but if you have it on one way to where you think that you're prepared if you have an extra case of water and a few dozen bandages. I mean, it does set you up a little bit better than others, but it's not enough in my opinion. Should you completely stack your garage to where you can't get your car in there? um, I mean, that's up to you. That might be a little overdone, because I am a firm believer that you should prepare in the future for nothing to happen. There's a bunch of people that want to spend a ton of money on a whole bunch of stuff, and tangible objects are great. They're wonderful things. A lot of times they'll hold their value in things, but if nothing happens and you live a long, wonderful life, What are you leaving to your kids and your grandkids? If you went through and worked really hard and bought property, yeah, you can pass your property. Maybe you bought some firearms, or you bought, some other equipment or whatever. Yeah, you can pass those. Absolutely, you can. But if they're not into preparedness, then what are you passing? They're going to sell that property. They don't believe in firearms. They don't want anything to do with that. They're just going to let it go. So it's one of those times that, yes, you need to spend time. Yes, you need to create memories with your friends and family and everybody. But you also need to prepare that if nothing happens, that everything's good. That when you come to that age of retirement, that you've got some maybe some precious metals or something squirreled away that it'll help a little bit. Um, there's a lot that goes into preparedness. I think people get very narrow focused on things. They put blinders on, and I don't necessarily agree with that. It's good to prepare for what's probable over possible. Once you clear those, then you go into what's possible. And again, back to the joke. If you can survive the zombie apocalypse, you can survive daggone near anything. And I agree with that. That used to be a motto of mine for quite a while. But it also comes back to where we just need to be mindful of how we are presenting ourselves, because we want people to join into the community of preparedness. We don't want to come off as the hoarder. We don't want to come off as just some crazed individual. We want it to be to where somebody maybe sees a news clipping, or sees something, and they start asking questions, and you can pop in and go, "Hey, that's something to be concerned about. What are you going to do about it? What's your ideas? And come off and be a friend to that person, and help them and guide them. You don't want to be that one to where somebody brings up something and you just pop in like, oh, finally you did it, you're here, yeah. You might end up scaring them away. The more people in the preparedness community, the better. I will firmly believe in that. I hate the whole thing of the golden rule of prepping is to not talk about prepping. I hate that with a passion. The more people in there, the better it is. Supply and demand, people. Okay. If there's 10 of you in preparedness, the amount of preparedness items is going to be scarce and probably expensive. If there is a bunch of people into preparedness, then the market for preparedness is going to expand. Therefore, the items that you can purchase for preparedness is going to expand. A lot of times prices will come down on things, maybe not when they're brand new or whatever, but other ones, so I firmly believe that the more the better. So hopefully this is what I've got for you today. So hopefully you got some entertainment, some substance, some value out of this. Hopefully I gave you a little bit more of a perspective of take a step back, take emotion out of things, take your own self out of things, and look from kind of an outside in. It's good to do that every once in a while, so that way you can and see things in maybe a different light and see how things are going. And you can do that with a lot of different aspects of your life. But if you made it to this far in the video, guess what? You rock. I appreciate you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you have a blessed day. Stay tuned, because there's more information to come. And with that, remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.